Hello, this is Scott and I'm going to introduce you the class Reptilia. Class Reptilia falls in category of phylum Chordata, which means reptiles are also chordates. There are some common characteristics that all the phylum chordates share. Looking at basic similarities, all the creatures that are classified as phylum Chordata are considered multicellular complex organisms who can move. They all have bilateral symmetry, closed blood system, ventral heart, full digestive system, body segmentation, endoskeletal, including either bony or cartilaginous structure, tail at some point in embryonic development, and connection of pharynx between mouth and esophagus through pharyngeal slits. For digestion, most of the reptiles are carnivorous, but they have relatively slow digestive systems, allowing some of them, such as crocodile or snake, to live as long as a month with a single meal. The herbivorous reptiles have relatively similar digestive system, and they utilize the soil and rocks that they swallow along the food in order to grind them up. Lizard snakes and many other reptiles do not have diaphragm muscles for lung ventilation. Therefore, they utilize the muscles used for locomotion for respiration as well. Contracting body muscles moves the air out of the body while flexing secretes the air out of the body. Many reptiles hold the breath when performing intense physical activities such as hunting prey, and they use throat muscles to pump air and hold prey. However, crocodiles who have diaphragms use diaphragm muscle for lung ventilation, but their respiratory system is quite different compared to mammals. Hepatic piston, a process involving movement of pelvis and liver, allows the lung to expand and contract. The circulatory system of class Reptilia is very similar to class Amphibia. Reptile heart is three-chambered that allows the separation of oxygenated blood from the lungs and deoxygenated blood from the body. The heart has two arteria and one ventrum. Among the two arteria, one receives the blood coming back from the lungs and one receives the blood coming back from the body. The ventricle, which is undivided, allows the mixing of deoxygenated and oxygenated blood to the mix. The only separation is the time that blood enters the ventricle. The circulation of reptiles differ when the blood passes into the conus arteriosus because it divides into three channels: pulmonary and right and left systemic trunks. Excretion is also as important as circulation. When nitrogen is kept inside the body, it becomes toxic for the body, so reptiles and birds must secrete it in order to preserve water. Reptiles use the two kidneys located at the lower part of the body, just like most of the phylum Chordata. The main function of kidneys is to filter out nitrogen from the animal's body and turn it into waste for a cycle of the body. The reason they only excrete urea is because they lack loop of Henle that most of the mammals have, which absorbs and secretes nutrients and water and makes liquid waste. The nervous system of reptiles are more advanced compared to amphibians and fishes with more developed cerebrum and cerebellum. However, the brain is no more than 1% of the whole body mass. Reptiles were the earliest vertebrates to come up with 12 cardinal nerves, and the spine of reptiles extends fully up to the tail tip, showing outstanding balance and sense. Some of the special features of the class Reptilia is the ears and eyes. Lizards all have specific period of mating season, and this period is dependent on temperature, weather, day period, and food abundance. The testicular size of males vary according to the mate season in order to produce more sperm for reproduction. The fertilization of reptiles are internal. The fertilization occurs in the female's reptiles, ovary, and oviduct. Locomotion. When snakes move, snakes do not have limbs, so they use their muscles and scales to slide to the ground. There are four methods that they use: concertina method, serpentine method, sidewinding, and rectilinear method. Otherwise, most reptiles move with four legs, and it is very similar to the patterns that mammalians show when they walk. However, most reptiles use much more energy and power in order to walk because of the rigid body and low center of gravity. Reptiles are very important to our economics and the economy. Reptiles are very important in food webs of nature in their habitats. They are main predators of pests such as mice and rats. These pests that bring diseases and misfortune are the enemies of humans, and reptiles are the main factors that control the pest population. Reptiles, in return, are prey to large animals such as birds and mammals. Therefore, class Reptilia provide food for other organisms within the ecosystem as well. Also, reptiles have been a lot of help economically due to the meat and litter they produce. Reptiles were the first animals to inhabit land. Although amphibians failed to completely set its foot on land, reptiles succeeded in coming to the land, and there were two main reasons they allowed to happen. They were waterproof skin of reptiles and shelled eggs. Also, the degree of competition and cooperation ensured their survival and success because not a lot of animals occupied land at the time. Thank you. This was Scott Cho.